Hello and welcome to my channel. If you are a subscriber, welcome back. If you haven't subscribed yet, please don't forget to do so. It really means the world to me. In today's video, let's talk about luxury designer items that are worth buying in 2025. I looked at some publications, at some items that have been trending online, and at the luxury fashion trends for 2025, and selected items that I think are worth splurging on this year. Obviously, this is my opinion only, and I fully understand that your preferences and your taste could be completely different from mine. However, if you are considering some of these items, or if you're looking around, perhaps my thoughts can help you come to a final decision about your wish list for the year. And I also really want to say that the most important aspect is to invest into pieces that you truly love and pieces that would complement your current aesthetic and your wardrobe. Perhaps pieces that you see yourself wearing for a very long time. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter what you see or hear online. What really matters is your own preference and your own style. Now, with this being said, I'm going to offer some items for your consideration. Please also keep in mind that in this video, I am also including quite trendy items, not just timeless pieces. I am including some it items for 2025, and that is really with a view to single out trends and items that you might want to have in your collection to represent this particular era in fashion, if that is of interest to you. I will include links to all the items in the description box below for your convenience. And before I go any further, I also wanted to remind you that you can use code SHOPMY15 for 15% off selected full-priced items on Luisaviaroma. I will leave the code, the landing page, and all the relevant information in the description box down below. The code expires on February 6th. So let's get started with the Alaia Teckel Bag. I spoke about this bag before on my channel, and I actually said that this type of an exaggerated East-West bag is a very temporary trend. However, in reality, this trend has a bit more of a staying power than I originally projected. The Alaia Teckel Bag has been trending for some time now, and Alaia produced a number of different iterations of the bag, which just kind of speaks to the projected longevity of the trend. Let's look at some of these iterations. So there is the bag itself with long handles and the elongated shape. The bag comes in two sizes, small and medium. And now you can also get this bag in several textures and colors. For example, there is this red color option in a small size, and also a unique medium-sized option, dot print pony calfskin. Aside from the bag itself, we also have a Teckel clutch, another newer variation of the bag if you want something different. The clutch has shorter handles, so obviously fitting for a clutch. And you can also get this clutch in suede, which is a trendy fabric this season. And the newest version, I think, is the Teckel tote bag. There are two versions, the tote bag itself and the flap tote bag. Both are actually retailing for over 3,000 US dollars, so definitely more expensive than the regular Teckel bag. In sum, I think there are quite a few Teckel versions to consider, and now is the good time to buy if you really want this bag. However, if you're not into spending money on a bag that everybody else is spending money on this year, but you still like this style and this shape, I would also recommend looking at Kate. So Kate has a Simone bag, which is very similar to Teckel, but not the same. In one of my videos, I actually mentioned the Simone bag as an alternative to Teckel, because there are so many more eyes on Alaia, so the Kate bag would be much less recognizable. And as a very general rule, the less recognizable something is, the more longevity the item will have. By the way, my name is Lisa, and I'm your guide to savvy luxury shopping, no matter where in the world you are. Subscribe to my channel to learn more about strategic luxury shopping with the emphasis on quality and timelessness of your items. Next, let's talk about chunky platforms and wedges. I'm going to show a couple of pictures and a couple of items to make myself really clear. I do not think all the chunky shoes are created equal. So I think there are traditional platform heels, like these ones from Saint Laurent right here, that will always remain somewhat relevant. They might not be trending, but they are a classic platform pump that will always exist. Then there are the exaggerated square toe options, like these ones from Versace, that were hot for a couple of seasons and now fizzled out. You can find a lot of them in sales and outlets. With these pumps, it feels like the proportions of the entire shoe are just a little off. But what we see now, I think, is the third type. This year, it is more about traditional loafers, wedges, and heels being done in an exaggerated but proportional way. Some of the best examples are from Gucci and Chloe, I think. So with Chloe, we have these trending wedge sandals that featured heavily on the runway. I believe they are called the Maxim wedge sandals, and there are a couple of options in brown and black leather now available on the website. These wedges also appeared on the runway for spring 2025, but with a PVC upper. I'm not a fan of PVC at all, and I would not spend my money on PVC, but I still think these shoes will be quite popular this year. With Gucci, we have the Horsebit platform loafers. These are available in 3 leather colors and also in GG fabric monogram on the website. I think these loafers will be iconic representative of their time, and if you can work them into your wardrobe, I think they can look really cool for a long time. Just don't twist your ankle. And if you do not want to go that extreme, you can look at a pair of Horsebit wedge loafers. They are a toned down version of the platform loafer, so they are much more manageable for styling, I think. I'm also quite drawn to Horsebit platform loafer sling bags. They are available in regular leathers and also in leathers debossed with GG logo. And with these sling bag shoes, I think you could get both. Something that is really trendy now, but also a sturdy pair of shoes that you could wear under a pair of long trousers to make your legs look even longer. In some way, I think these shoes have a real staying power. Okay, I cannot not talk about Louis Vuitton and Takashi Murakami collaboration. As you know, the first drop of the collection, the multicolor and super flat, has already happened. And I actually have quite a disappointing story about that. I will film a separate video once I can get to the point where I stop being overly upset and emotional about the entire situation. But my experience notwithstanding, I think if you are into collecting items from designer collaborations or items that are really one of a kind, items that you could look at in 20 years from now and just admire the special pieces that they are, then you should definitely get yourself something from this collaboration. The first drop, as I said, for the multicolor collection and for Superflat already happened on January 1st online. And as you probably know, it basically sold out immediately. Another drop for the Cherry Blossom collection is going to happen in March. And the third drop with just the cherries is scheduled for some point in May this year. Here's something I discovered though, because I have been hunting for these items since their release in January. If you go to one of the European websites, I did this on the French Louis Vuitton website, you can actually pre-order some bags and other items from the multicolor and super flat collection. They're still available for pre-order if you missed out, like the first time around. Like for example, you can pre-order this sack carry-all PM and it will ship in 4 to 5 weeks. There are still some shoes that are available as well in different sizes, like these flats right here. You can find some sizes online on the French website, as I mentioned. So all you really need is a forwarding address in the EU, if you live outside of the EU, to be able to forward these items to yourself wherever you are. But in sum, if you're really after one of these items, one of these bags, and you feel like you missed out, there is still a small sliver of hope. You can also check out StockX. There is some item availability there as well. I will also include links in the description box below. Number 4, I have for you boots and booties with elongated toe. So some of the brands that really come to mind here are Totem, Kate, and Saint Laurent. And here I am referring to boots or booties with an elongated toe box that is either pointy or has kind of like a square cutoff at the end, if that makes sense. Basically, the type of shoes that would really elongate your legs, no matter whether you're wearing a skirt or a pair of trousers over these boots. I can show you these booties from Kate as an example. They are in brown suede, which is also a trendy element. But suede is a great material that I think is always really relevant. Now, there is also a black pair of these leather Davis boots from Kate, a classic option with a modern twist. And there is also a pair of heeled sock boots that also look really quite modern and classic. Anyway, there are plenty of options this year for boots and booties with this kind of elongated toe. All right, next up, let's talk about suede bags. Because suede bags and suede in general are really trending right now. So this year is definitely the right time to buy a suede bag, especially if you ever wanted one. I would imagine that suede bags could be quite fussy. So a great point here is that there are quite a few different options to choose from, and all of these options come with different price points. There is quite a variety available right now, so you will be able to choose something that fits your style and your budget. I wanted to show you this version from the Row, Bindle Suede Tote Bag. It is retailing for 1,050 US dollars. The bag is not that large at all, and the design is really quite simple. I actually featured this bindle bag in one of my previous videos, Best Designer Bags to Purchase Under 1,200 US dollars. When I filmed that video, the bag was only available in regular leather. So this suede option, I think, is actually new and a bit more interesting. I think that suede really gives more dimension to this bag design. Another budget-friendly option is this Lina Pochette from Kate in dark ivory suede. It is retailing for 880 US dollars on the Kate website and could be a great addition to a handbag collection. Very understated as well. And here is a large pebble bucket bag from Loewe in suede. This ticks off a couple of boxes. It has this trending hobo shape, it is made out of suede, and it is a larger sized bag, which is also a trend this season. And if you're willing to spend even more money, there is the large hop bag from Bottega in brown suede. I spoke about this bag in one of my previous videos. I just think it looks super chic and expensive, well, because it is actually expensive. Next, I want to talk about Chloe ready to wear. So, given the resurgence of boho style and resurgence of Chloe as a brand, this year would be a good time to buy a piece of Chloe ready to wear, like a flowy and roughly blouse or a dress. I will show a couple of options here on the screen. One big issue here is that these items of clothing are actually really quite expensive. I honestly think prices often go up when a new creative director joins a design house. However, Chloe Ready to Wear is a good investment if you're looking to buy a special piece from a trending brand. And I feel like these pieces will really stand the test of time. Trendy and girly pieces are always relevant if styled in moderation. So, for example, I really love the look of this fluid tunic dress. I think there are so many different ways to style it, and a piece like this could be a very hard-working item in your wardrobe. And for that price of over 3,000 US dollars, it should really be quite hardworking. Next up, Hermes Plume Bag. So I have been looking at some of the Hermes bags for spring-summer 2025, and my eye landed on the Plume bag. So this bag has been around since like the 1960s, but this year I think it is particularly relevant because we have been seeing quite a few bags of this shape trending online. I think the mini Plume bag is really quite cute and so chic and understated. It is great for those who love a good quality bag that doesn't scream Hermes. I will include a couple of nice options from the pre-loved market in the links below. There is quite a lot of availability and a lot to choose from when it comes to Hermes Plume Bag. But looking beyond the Plume bag, I think this year it really makes sense to consider purchasing a similar bag from other brands as well, like a bag in this type of a boxy shape. And Miu Miu definitely comes to mind, for example, with this leather bag right here. I would go for a more square version as opposed to the East version of these bags. Now, let's talk about backless sneakers and loafers and also shoe slippers. I think we're going to see a lot of loafers trending this year. So, this would be a good time to choose a loafer that you really love. But I would specifically pay attention to backless loafers and also shoe slippers and backless sneakers if you are into those type of styles. For loafers, I would look at Saint Laurent and Gucci. And for backless sneakers and slippers, I would consider Miu Miu and their collaboration with New Balance, to be more specific. And I also think I have seen some backless replica sneakers from Maison Margiela as well. So for loafers, Saint Laurent has this convertible penny loafers, which is basically an updated version of their standard loafers. And if you do not want the convertible kind, I would also look at the backless crinkled leather loafer slippers. These are trending right now, but I feel like this shoe style has some type of longevity with it. When it comes to backless sneakers, like this pair from New Balance and Miu Miu collaboration, I think there is less longevity involved. But they could be a good and a fun option to bring something trendy into your wardrobe this year. We also have these Miu Miu slippers. Again, I don't think they have much longevity involved with them, but you can always just turn them into your off-duty slippers to wear at a hotel or on the terrace at home when you stop styling them for the outside. So definitely something to consider. Next up are Christian Louboutin Miss Z or Miss Z pumps. So, if I was living close to a Christian Louboutin boutique right now, I would be running, not walking, to try on these heels. As you probably know by now, Miss Z heels are everything that So Kate heels were not. Miss Z heels are cushioned, they have a wider and longer toe box, and the sole that actually promises to maintain its red color. I think the sole is actually red rubber, so it will not wear off quickly, at least from what I understand. The profile of the shoe also looks a bit different, as we have some of the red sole peeking out at the base of the heel. And also, they have a sturdier heel, but with an optical illusion that makes the heel look longer and skinnier than it actually is. So these are basically the comfortable Louboutin heels all of us have been waiting for. It is like Christian Louboutin have heard us and fixed everything that was a problem with So Kate shoes. This new Miss Z pumps come in three heights: 60, 80, and 100 millimeter heels. They also come in black and blush pink and a number of fun electric colors as well. And last but not least, I really think that long coats are a worthwhile investment this year. I do not know why, but I feel like I have been seeing a lot of long coats lately, all of them styled in such a carefree but impactful way. So I thought maybe it is time to talk about them. Right now could be a good time to purchase one because there are a lot of options on offer. I have been wearing this Max Mara long coat on repeat this month. This is such a great light spring color, and when the weather turns sunny, I basically start wearing more light colors just because I'm tired of the darkness in the winter. So, if you are considering a long coat, I would definitely look at Max Mara, Totem, Saint Laurent, and Magda Buttrum this year. The coats can come in different colors, styles, and fabrics. I feel that it is just important to get something that reflects your personality. So, for example, this full leather double-breasted coat from Magda Buttrum caught my attention. It is so edgy but so classic at the same time. And the price point is not that bad, especially when it comes to leather coats of these proportions. You can also check out a long coat from Totem. So this is kind of their famous coat, which has the attached scarf. But instead of looking at this coat in a shorter version, I would actually consider looking at a longer version, like this one right here in this tan brown color. I think it just adds a new dimension and another interest to this coat. Well, that's it from me today. Let me know in the comments down below Did I miss anything? Are there any particular items on your wish list that you think are a good buy in 2025? And before you go, check out this playlist with some of my shopping vlogs. But for now, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for being here. Take care and bye-bye.